Hands up. We have you surrounded. We're not going anywhere.
Developing tonight, tense moments in an Edmonds neighborhood where police say 3 suspects forced their way inside a home while trying to run from police. The homeowner made it out safely. And tonight we are learning more about the suspect and how police caught them. KOMO's Jeremy Harris reports from Edmonds with new video showing some of that incident.
You are under arrest for burglary. You need to exit the house with your hands up, open, and empty, with nothing in them.
Neighbors grabbed their phones and started rolling as Edmonds police called into a home where fleeing suspects were hiding inside.
Hands up. We have you surrounded. We're not going anywhere.
Failure to do so may result in force being used against you.
Okay. Samantha shared this video with KOMO News.
This neighborhood never sees anything like that, so I don't know what was going on.
Police say 3 suspects fled from a stolen car and ran into this home, apparently at random.
They could have ran into our house, so yeah, it's pretty scary.
The homeowner got out okay, but neighbors say it took several hours for police to coax out the suspects.
And said, if you're occupants of the address, come out, you're being arrested for burglary.
Police tell me they got 2 of the suspects, a man and a woman, and booked them into jail for burglary charges. The 3rd suspect, also a woman, got away, but police say they've identified her and anticipate she'll face charges.
I mean, this was ongoing for quite a while.
What started as an arrest for a stolen car rattled neighbors who say they're just glad nobody was hurt.
Now, Edmonds is normally a pretty, a good place to live, but to have that happen right across the street, yeah, it's concerning.
In Edmonds, Jeremy Harris, KOMO News.
Police recovered the stolen vehicle and say they are still investigating where it came from and what charges those suspects may face. Investigators said one of the suspects had been a suspect in a different car theft this very same weekend. Tacoma police are searching for a man who's accused of stabbing a woman on a trail at Point Defiance Park. Happened around 1 o'clock this afternoon in the 5500 block of 5 Mile Drive. Police said the woman was taken to the hospital and that suspect ran off. KOMO's Paul Rivera reports from the park on some of the roadblocks that detectives have faced so far in this search. Paul.
It was a busy day here in the Point Defiance Park area, and Tacoma police officials say that created some challenges when searching for the stabbing suspect. A woman was stabbed while walking the marked trails on 5 Mile Drive. The man ran away, but when police went to get a canine to search for him, they said they ran into a problem. There were a lot of people at the park, which made it hard for a track to happen. That said, we still saw officers in the park searching around. Police officials believe the attack was completely random, and the only description released so far is that it was a man. One park goer told us that he saw the police as they were arriving.
Getting to the park, saw a bunch of cop cars flying through the park, and got on the trail with my dog to give him his Saturday walk, and yeah, just showed up right as the cops were blocking off the trail.
Crime has happened at Point Defiance Park before. That's also something park goers mentioned to us when we interviewed them. This latest incident is something they say will certainly keep them aware when they're out on the trail. As for the woman who was stabbed, police officials said she was conscious and has non-life-threatening injuries. Tacoma police officials say they are counting on any park goers who were at Point Defiance around the time of the crime, about 1 p.m., to share whatever information they might have. In Tacoma, Paul Rivera, KOMO News.
A gunman shot a restaurant owner in Federal Way after a dispute about loitering, and investigators hope surveillance images of that suspect can lead to an arrest. KOMO's Joel Marino has a closer look at these images and what customers say about the violence.
I spoke to staff here at California Burrito, and they tell me that there is a homeless man who hangs out at this restaurant a lot. The owner told him he had to go. Well, that man did go outside, but he continued to stay in the area of the restaurant here in the parking lot. The owner went outside to confront him, and that's when the shots were fired. These are images of the suspect that Federal Way police have made public. The shooting happened about 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, just outside the business, and police swarmed the area when the first calls for help came in. Workers inside the restaurant say a homeless man who frequently loiters inside the restaurant was told to go by the owner. The man went outside but stayed in the parking lot. When the owner followed him out, employees told me he was shot.
We see crime just raising all around us and stuff. The homelessness is a problem because these people, it would be nice if they had a place to go and you know, and he's got to keep his establishment, so it's kind of hard.
It's really unfortunate because it's a great business.
I didn't know the owner personally, but boy, prayers go out to him and his family. I hope he's okay and that justice be done. Wow.
Here's one more look at the man who police say shot that restaurant owner. Investigators say they are still searching for him and hope the photos can generate some tips. Workers also told me the man who was shot did undergo surgery to remove a bullet. He's expected to fully recover. Joel Marino, KOMO News.